Welcome to Girl Talk. I'm Katie Wywoda, joined by Emily Brown. With the NCAA tournament right around the corner, let's talk about Columbia punching their first ticket to the tournament.
Yes, definitely. I think the video of them sitting in their press room finding out that they got into the tournament, you could just feel the energy watching the video. Players were saying it's the most unreal feeling, which I couldn't even imagine. But I think that this energy for them is going to pay off well for them, at least in the beginning of the tournament.
Speaking on the energy, who do you think has the energy to take themselves all the way through the championship?
Personally, I think South Carolina is going to take it. The past couple of games have had some close wins where they were under and then ended up pulling it out. But some people say, oh, it's luck. How long is their luck going to last? But I also think that it just shows they're a team that really will stay with it until the end. And they know that game's not over until the clock hits 0. And so I think they're going to play with that mentality in the tournament, and that's going to take them all the way.
You can't argue with the determination that they do have, but I think with Caitlin Clark saying goodbye to college basketball, I think that Iowa has something to prove, and I think that that's going to carry them all the way through the championship. I'm not sure who their opponents are going to be. I haven't gotten a good chance to look at the bracket yet, but just knowing the kind of energy that they're putting behind every game that they play to make sure that their captain is going to make the most of her last season in college basketball, I think that it's just going to be a kind of legacy run for Iowa.
Yeah, I definitely have Iowa going on just as far. I have them in the championship game. I think it's going to be a really good game regardless of what the outcome is. I think UConn's going to do well. I think LSU is going to do well. But it'll be definitely very interesting to see how things go.
Now, 2 of the teams that we have mentioned so far did have a brawl in the SEC championship. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, LSU, South Carolina, both very aggressive teams. So I wouldn't necessarily say I was surprised that a brawl broke out. It's a physical sport, aggressive teams, people are going to get heated. I'm not saying the fight should have happened, but I could see where it's coming from.
Absolutely. I mean, the media loves Angel Reese just because she plays with such an ego, for lack of a better term. She plays confidently. She asserts herself regardless of what the situation is for her team. But I would like to touch on the fact that Kim Muckley kind of egged on the fight. Even after the fight ended, she was like, I wish that she had pushed Angel Reese. And I'm just not a fan of the way that she handled that. I think that the program needs to be a little bit more disciplined to say, listen, we know that this happened and we don't want this kind of thing to continue in women's basketball.
Yeah, and even watching the video, you can see Angel Reese walks the opposite direction because she's not trying to get involved in that, which I think is good on her part. And South Carolina's coach's response, I think, just shows sort of the difference in their programs. She was like, I'm sorry, this shouldn't have happened, yada, yada, which, at the end of the day, sometimes that's what it's come down to. Is it you're going to promote fighting, or are you going to say that it shouldn't have happened? It's the difference between the two of them.
Absolutely. Moving into women's hockey, the Pro League now has a new sponsor in a beverage company, and they switched their logos. They put their logo where their hair should be so that their last name isn't covered up. I think that this marketing campaign is incredible, especially for someone who grew up playing sports. As someone who has a ponytail, you know that your last name gets covered, and it's so annoying because you want to show off your name. You want to show off how hard you've worked to get to the position to play professional sports.
Exactly, and I think that it takes a lot to change the traditional style of a jersey. Any jersey you think of that has the last name on it, the name's at the top. But that's obviously not taking into consideration women's hair that's going to end up covering it. And I think Molson, the company who chose to do this, it says something a lot about them because obviously companies who are advertising, they're like, oh, we need our name out there, we need people to see us, but they're way less concerned about that and would much rather people know the players who are on the field. They've worked so hard, they deserve to be there.
And there's no better way to do it than with a new program or a new sport that's brand new that people are still so excited about, because this is a huge jump in women's sports because there was never any sort of professional opportunity for female hockey players.
Exactly, and I think this is going to pave a way, sort of, for change and more representation for women in sports, and knowing that you can change the jersey, you can change the norm that we've been used to our whole lives, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Girl Talk and our whole show tonight. We will see you guys on April 10th for our next show when we come back from spring break. See ya!